Okay, well, again, welcome this evening. We are going to explore the AO Scan Mobile, which is like uh, a quantum wellness center. I was going to say a quantum healing center, but I get to lean towards the word wellness over healing as we go through. We'll just see. The thing is, ultimately, having one in your hand, using it on a regular basis, you just see what could it do for your health. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And by the way, my name is Juliana. And thank you so much for coming tonight, for sharing your evening. I know we all have a lot going on with the holidays. So thank you for being here. And great. So I believe the future is now, and that this is the future of health and wellness, because I think at the core, I'll get into it in just a minute about energy. I get so excited about all these things. I'm just gonna I've got slides to show you what I want to share tonight. So let me give you a little background. This time last year, I was struggling with vertigo. It was putting me out in bed for hours at a time, and I won't go into any more detail, but let me just tell you, it was miserable. And my friend Steph, who is just to the left of me in this picture, she told me, you need to try this device. You need to try frequencies. Maybe that could help your vertigo. And I'm like, a device? I didn't need one more screen in my life. I'm like, no, thank you. But I lean skeptical until you can prove it to me, right? Until I have changes. Anyway, I did do a scan with her. I didn't sense anything when I first experienced that scan and optimization that this device does. But I decided, you know what, if everything that this is supposed to be is true, then I've got to experience it for myself. So I got a device, I started using it, in 5 days, the vertigo was gone. It felt like getting my body back, getting my life back. It was huge. And just to the right of me in this picture, you see Hannah, that's Steph's sister. Hannah's the first one that heard about this. She had a cyst in her breast for over 10 years. When she got her scan and simply had her wedding ring imprinted with a frequency for cystitis, in 3 days, her cyst in her breast was gone. Amazing. So we're like, what is going on with this device? And then you heard about it, Stacy. Do you want to share how it connected for you?
Sure. Yeah. So Hannah is my best friend, and I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also a body code practitioner. And I used to work with her at a holistic wellness center. And the way that the device came into Hannah's focus is somebody came in and actually demoed that device, where you just heard the story about this cyst that she had. And so I was using another device called Healy at the time, and she kept telling me, you need to check this out. And literally I was like, no, I already have a frequency device, and literally came over to my house one day and did a full set of scans on me. And it just blew my mind. And with me being a nurse, I'm just so, I was so taken aback by just all of the detail in the reporting, and just the amount of information that it can give you about your body that this other device that I had could not. And so I literally was like on board right then and there.
Mm-hmm. So awesome. So we got started with these devices a year ago, using frequencies to scan and optimize the body. And like I said, I was new to this world of frequencies, so I had to do my research. And let me give you a little foundation for frequencies. We got to go all the way back to Nikola Tesla. He and his research, we know he was way ahead of his time with technology and ideas, and a futurist, if you will. He said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So that right there is like, wait a second, what? The secrets of the universe, like, that's a big deal. So for me, I'm like, okay, what's he talking about, Nicola? Like, tell me more. And then Einstein, he said, the future medicine is the medicine of frequencies. He also, in his research, was discovering the 0-point field, or what he called a spooky effect from afar. It wasn't radio frequency. It wasn't light wave frequency. It was not sound frequency. It was another frequency beyond that, a very subtle frequency. He and Tesla, they weren't connected at the time. They were finding this in their research. And also, then beyond these guys, also Dr. Royal Rife in 1934, he helped 16 cancer patients become cancer-free using his beam ray technology, which was frequencies. He had dialed in these frequencies, and in time, I think it was within a year, all 16 cancer patients were cancer-free. And this isn't about causing overall death for certain things in the body. This is simply zeroing in on the cancer cell and sending a frequency that vibrates to destruct that specific cell. It's amazing what he was doing, but his laboratories were burned to the ground. If you were also rolling out at the same time, 1934, if you're rolling out a medical industry that is dependent on people being codependent on your medicines or your therapies or your approach to health, then yeah, this could be seen as a major threat if you could simply send frequencies and shift the body into a more optimal state. So that's why you may not have ever heard of Dr. Royal Rife. I encourage you to look it up. He was onto it. He knew that it was going to be frequencies that would help us long term. So this, another one, Dr. Masaru Emoto, when it comes to seeing it, again, I like to see it. I want to see the effects. He did experiments on water where he would simply put the word on a jar that had that water and freeze it, or they would even play tunes or music to that water, and then afterwards they would take pictures of it. So you can see the difference here, like with thank you, how beautiful that water crystal formed after that it was exposed to those words, versus I will kill you, and the distortion. And this is fascinating because, hello, we are mainly made of water. So therefore, our thoughts, whether or not we're sending love over our bodies or gratitude over our bodies, or I can't stand you or I hate you, it is distorting our cellular structure. And here's one window into that. But again, this is just frequencies. How is that energy infusing and affecting that aspect? So we're about the root cause. If you guys have chased symptoms where your body is malfunctioning and you're like going from thing to thing, trying to resolve the symptom, of course, yeah, we want to resolve that. But if we can resolve the root cause, and when it comes to the body, if you, again, zoom in to the depth, the core of what that aspect is, the liver, go into the cells within the liver, go farther beyond that. At the core, you have frequency energy. And that's what we want to get to. So everything is energy. Every cell and organ in the body has their own distinctive vibrational frequency or oscillation. When these oscillations are disrupted, it could be from injury, from diet, stress, or emotion, it results in a disruption of that biological function. So when this isn't addressed, it can bring about fatigue, depression, illness, disease, and even death. Over the past 20 years, these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and cataloged. That's where it comes along to the AO scan. Here we have this device that identifies these specific frequencies we're talking about. They're within the human body. It's using this database of more than 120,000 different frequencies. And these frequencies are the same in every human being. And we found that we also have dialed in the frequencies for animals as well. And we're not even touching on that tonight, but it is so wonderful. We can do both humans and animals, your pets, we can scan and optimize them as well. So this fully launched in January of this year. It's about to be a full year old. It was previously $38,000 device. So before that, you could buy it for $38,000. I don't happen to have that kind of money laying around. So that was not even a dream in my head. So when they launched it for a much more affordable price, we're going to get to that at the end. And they knew it had to be a mobile version. You know, what good is it if it's not mobile and accessible to any one of us? So this compact version houses 80% of the technology of the larger device. Now, this is a typo, actually. We've come to know the founder as we've been working with this device. His name's Lauren Swenson. He's awesome. I say this from personal experience because I'm very, very grateful for his leadership. Honestly, it was the passion he had for his adopted son, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and he simply didn't accept that diagnosis. And he went searching for answers on how to bring healing to his son. Long story short, that's what brings us to the AOScan mobile. And this now houses 90% of the technology of this $38,000 device. And he says that it's going to only increase. We have a very powerful tool here. So I'm going to take you on a tour. Stacy and I are going to tour you through a wellness center. And I call it a quantum wellness center. So imagine we're going to go into different rooms, and you may find one room that you're like, I love that room. If that is all there was on the device, I love it. This is amazing. And I'd love to hear it. If you want to put that in the chat, this is what I would love to see happen in my life, or I'd like to experience personally. Lock in on that, because we're going to explore a number of rooms. Again, we got a big old wellness center here and a lot of things to cover. So I'm going to introduce you first to Inner Voice. I love this one. This is a 10-second recording. In fact, I'll go ahead and do it while we're on the call. I'm going to do Inner Voice right here. So it is based on a 10-second recording of your voice. So I will start talking. I start by saying, I am Juliana Malilly, and then I can say anything I'd like. This is analyzing over 2,000 frequencies within my voice over a 12-note octave. And it's looking at that pitch, that tone and pattern. Just like, you can hear when someone is insecure in their voice or someone who's really confident. Their vocal tone shares that. If they're scared or sad, we can kind of pick up on it. Well, this is where we dial it in with the technology. It identifies emotional imbalances. So then it creates harmonizing music. This helps to balance your emotional state using binaural beats, radionics, and other frequencies. It's like retraining your brain very gently. And from the doctors that we've worked with, they've said that if you listen to these Inner Voice recordings 3 times a day for 7 days in a row, this is equivalent to a year of psychotherapy. And so this is like the foundation of why Lauren first created this mini version of the devices. People need to experience Inner Voice. I feel like, as I'm sitting here talking to you, I feel like peace in my body. I'm not in fight or flight. It wasn't like that a year ago when I'm talking to a group of people publicly. That's shifted for me, among other things. But I love Inner Voice. And besides that, it comes with reports, in detailed reports. Here's an example of one, this low self-esteem versus self-accepting. And this is where we can find out some color therapy of what our body would benefit from. We actually have these lovely light, different colored glasses and lenses that we can wear as our body says, hey, I need, in this case, like this report saying, I need more gold. I need like gold colored lenses, which comes up pretty often for me. It's low self-esteem versus self-accepting, leaning a little more towards low self-esteem. I'd love to, be past that, but it's still showing up in my voice. What? From old stuff. Could that be the rejection I faced? kindergarten, first and second grade, quite possibly still coming through my voice. But listening to the balancing harmonics literally helps to bring that balance to that low self-esteem. You can see other details that it gives in this report, including suggestions, some ideas for what to do to help support your body. It's a lot of detail. If all we had was inner voice, it'd be awesome. But oh, we've got so much more. So that is inner voice. And I'm going to pass the mic over to you, Stacy.
Thank you. And Rhonda said inner voice is a game changer. It is amazing. I have so many testimonies around even just using it with my son and how it's changed his fear and his anxiety and all kinds of amazing things. And when you use it consistently, you know, most of us don't have, yes, you know, I'm an energy healer and I have those tools, but most of us don't. And this becomes your own little emotional support that most of us kind of put our emotional state on the wayside. That's always kind of the last thing that we ever really put attention to. And so it's so beautiful to have this in the palm of your hands that you can do a scan anytime. So it's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to take you to the vitals room. And so the vital scan, literally, it does a complete blood biology scan, and it's literally over 600 items, and it will identify energetic imbalances in areas such as your toxins, hormones, your micro, macro minerals, allergies, sensitivities, heavy metals, and more. And it's fascinating because it'll literally tell you what's going on with your cardiovascular function, your your respiratory function. It will detect heavy metals. I mean, I used to work in a holistic wellness center where people would spend, you know, $20,000 in blood work, special blood work, to get information about even food sensitivities and stuff like that. And so it is just so beautiful that you can do this scan literally within 2 minutes. And then it also will send you the balancing frequencies to help bring your body back to a state of balance. This particular vital scan was the one that sold me because, again, I geek out on the details. And so it is just so fascinating to me, just all of the information that it has. And so this is what the vitals report looks like. Although I think, has it changed a little bit? I think it's changed. Yeah. So what's so amazing about this device is they are continuously doing upgrades, and we can't even sometimes keep up with it. But they just released a report for the vitals that even gives you more detail. And so it'll give you different colors and numbers, and it assigns a number between 1 and 9. And so it will tell you kind of where you are. When you're looking at this report, it's just telling you if it's in balance or out, red or green. Whereas with the new reports, it's going to give you a lot more detail on where you are in that range. If you look at this report, though, you'll see like these 2 columns. And so what's so amazing about this too is on the right side in the gray, on the top of the report, it'll say previous scan. And so what it will do is it will literally scan your body. And then after it sends you the frequencies, it scans you again. So it gives you a before and after picture to let you know where the device was able to move things. And so it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just using the little pointer here to say this is the previous scan. And quite often the report ends up looking like this, where you can see how much the body was helped by the frequencies. Let's say calcium was red before and red after. Well, that's an indicator right there to say, okay, maybe you could use some more calcium in your body. And when you see this on a regular basis, then you're like, for sure, I gotta up my calcium intake. So very insightful. But if all you did was scan and then the optimization, that's plenty, right? Right, Stacey? It's true. So that's vitals report. Then we'll move into comprehensive. So we're going to a different room. Think of it like going to an MRI or a CT scan. You can zero in on specific areas of the body. So this program provides a comprehensive look at how the imbalances in the inner voice and the vital scan may be affecting your anatomy. So it's gathering all that data from those other 2 scans, and then it zeroes in on maybe your left leg, the muscles in your left leg maybe need some support. Maybe it is your liver, maybe it is our veins in your right eye. It finds out where those weaknesses are, then it's going to scan and optimize those specific areas. It has multiple options for customizing that scan and optimization process. So again, here's the report. Now we're giving a teeny snapshot into hundreds of items. Like if we did a scan, you would, especially an easy scan, does 3 of these scans back to back. But here's an example, like the liver detail. So on the far right side, that column, you have the previous scan, and then on the left side, how it was affected by the frequencies. So 5 is optimal. 9 is like a little overactive or acute. 1 is underactive or I'm forgetting the word right now, but we'll just say it's sluggish. And you can see how most of them move towards the number 5. A few of them, like the second one, right lobe segment 2, went from a 5 to a 4. That's where the body was borrowing some energy. That was a strong part. The body's so smart, it can gather and redistribute energy as needed. So that's what you see right here is the body will sometimes be redistributing energy, but overall it's improving, and ideal being 0%, because you see that improvement there. Sometimes it's more drastic than that, sometimes it's slight, but overall just being able to optimize your body, these many details with frequencies every day is fabulous. So here is an example. Hopefully this will play. Just made this video tonight, but it does not seem to want to play. And if y'all will give me 1 second, I'm going to do my digital DJ thing here, right? Real quick and show you in my report. I'm able to log in from my computer screen. And this is from my Easy Scan report earlier today. And the Easy Scan, like I said, it's 3 scans all in one. So like I have my balancing harmonics, those sounds like that sound bath we were talking about. Then it goes, is this my scan? Huh, looks like my chakras were off. But anyway, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. I want to show you how you can, with this, it's a combination of the things that were most out of balance. So this is what was seen to be most out of balance today. And you can tap on these words, and then it's going to show you a 3D view of your body. You can move it around, you can zoom in and out, and you can find out exactly what region of the body it's referencing as having an issue. So it's just amazing the insight we can have to our bodies with the reports here. I mean, you can go get an MRI today and then don't think you're going to get this kind of detail or access to seeing exactly what's happening with the body. So I just want to show you guys this because it's so cool. I feel like this is a whole new level of education and understanding what's happening with our bodies. And what do you do with these reds? I just want to address that real quick. What do you do? I do a type of energy healing called emotion code. I like to find, using muscle testing, find and release any energetic causes. Let's say the trachea kept popping up like every day as being a 1. Then there's an imbalance there that the body's saying, I need some help here. That's worth researching, to potentially taking that to your doctor or your naturopath and asking them, what could I do to better support this area of my body? So I'm going to jump right back in. Thanks for letting me do that modification here, because I don't know why my video wasn't working, but there you go. So that was comprehensive. And now going to body systems.
I wanted to just add on a little bit to that. Ultimately, a lot of times we have a tendency when we have a lot of this information, we want to diagnose ourselves.
Wow.
And, this device is really meant to be an educational tool. And so, when we go to the doctor, blood work is only done once, and they're really quickly trying to jump to a label. They're trying to jump to a diagnosis. But when we're dealing with this on a frequency energetic level, what you don't realize is, even if you see that stuff on your reports, I would not even put too much into it unless you see it consistently out of range over a period of time, because really these scans are meant to be done consistently. And so as most people would know is, if you have a fight with your husband or something like that, or something emotional happened, that can really have an effect. Or, if you did or did not take your vitamins before you did the scan, that can have an effect on the results. And so ultimately it's supposed to be really looked at over a period of time. So I just wanted to add that. Let's go to the body systems room. And so this is so amazing. When we first got this device, I think it only had 4 options. When you look at the face of that screen right there, we didn't have body systems. We didn't have easy scan. We did not have quick scan. And so it's so beautiful that they keep upgrading this device and giving us more and more tools, but they have never raised the price. And so it's just amazing. And so the body systems scan is new. It's been in preview status for probably the last month or 2, but literally just last night was the official upgrade. And so this is all brand new as of today. And so we weren't even able to show you the reports at this point because it's that new. What is so beautiful about this is you can now use this program to literally target a specific system in your body. And so for me, I'll give you an example today. I've been kind of scatterbrained lately. So I scanned my nervous system. I'm like, something's going on here. And so what this report will do, it is just so beautiful if you see it too, because it will literally give you, a lot of times people don't have a lot of experience with anatomy and what all of our systems do and what they, all of that kind of stuff. And so it gives you the opportunity to really learn. It gives a whole information on that particular system. Oh, there we go. We got circulatory system right there. And then it will literally tell you based on that scan, what the potential causes of everything that's out of range in there. And so if you see here, circulatory causes, vitals causes, body causes, emotional causes. And so it's really interesting too, how it shows you how emotions can link in with our physical body too. And so it's amazing. And then in the bottom, this is what I love, because when we first got this device, it's like, it dumps all this information at you. And then it's like, okay, well, what do I do with that? And so now it's pulling in ways that you can improve, giving you recommendations. And so here it's saying, manage stress, eat healthy foods. Maybe you need to cut down your alcohol intake, Juliana. No, I'm just joking. And quit smoking, Juliana. I'm just joking. But anyway, and so it's really amazing because it now gives you recommendations on how to improve that too. And so now the reporting that they're providing is now kind of pulling it all together, so we know what to do with all of the information that's being sent to us.
Yeah, it's so helpful. And I've got to make a note on that quit smoking thing, because it is funny because I don't smoke, but was I in an environment a few nights ago at a jazz night that was smoky? Yes, I was. Could that still be in my system? Yes. Could it be? Now, sometimes the device maybe it's pollution or heavy pollution, and that's what's affecting our body. But the closest thing within the technology for them to read it would be to call it smoking, even though it was like something like pollution. So that's something to keep in mind, because obviously, I mean, I don't smoke, but sometimes that can be the case. So I just had to add that. But yes, this is like epic. I don't know why there's a line there, but yeah, it gives a lot of details. But then I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? What are we looking at here? What would be best? And then if you see across your scans, if yoga is in my top 3 for every one of those, okay, hello, I need to incorporate yoga or chiropractic. Or if it keeps saying I'm stay well hydrated, I'm dehydrated. I need to change this. And it's very insightful for the body. Was there anything else you want to add on that, Stacey?
No, Rhonda was saying though that there's 27 pages of info. I haven't actually done the full scan on myself yet. So tons of information.
It is. It's a lot of information. If anything, the info can sometimes be overwhelming. And what I like to highlight, underline, remind you all is doing the scan and optimization is amazing. You don't have to interpret the data every day to make use of this device. Just simply scanning and optimize and more. I love this room. This is one of my favorite rooms, going into the Cepheid or subtle energy frequency imprinter room within our Quantum Wellness Center. And this is like the powerhouse of the device, because what we're going to do is take a very specific frequency aimed at very specific things, like what you see right there. Maybe you need something to support super memory, or you're having female issues with your cycle. There are different frequencies specific for it, migraines, COVID mutations, so many things. You can see them right there, allergies, and we could go on a long tangent on things we've seen from simply using these. I've seen some great results. You know how everybody's losing their sense of smell and taste after COVID? Well, we have some for anosmia, loss of taste, loss of smell, frequencies directed at that. So not only can you broadcast these frequencies to anyone from any distance, because this works in the quantum field, which is wonderful, you can also imprint the frequencies to an item, maybe jewelry, or you can imprint the frequencies to a glass of water. And I will show you that right here. Or it's my tool, let's see, right there. I think this one will work. So here I am imprinting some water. First, I'm clearing the frequencies from it. And it just takes a few seconds to do that. You can do jewelry, like crystals hold a frequency, gold and silver holds a frequency well. But specifically, we do have some jewelry that has cyanide and tourmaline in it, and that holds a frequency for up to a month. That also is something that the company has. I love those. If we were in person, I would show you how this charged jewelry that Stacey's showing you and that I'm wearing, we're going to get to this here in a little bit, but we love this stuff. If we were in person, I'd show a demonstration of how it literally improves your body, your body's ability to be flexible, to improve strength, flexibility, and just one other thing, but in general, it's helping your body overall, as well as combating EMFs. It helps create more negative ions to balance and ground your body. So that is Cepheid. Let me just share a little bit more on Cepheid. You can also create custom playlists. Let's say you have somebody who's going through a sickness with certain symptoms, and you're going to create a playlist with those symptoms in it. Let's say you're going through the airport and you know you have to go through who knows what kind of energies or potential viruses or whatever. Well, you can do energetic shield. I always have that on when I'm going through the airport. You can do so many different frequencies and then create that playlist to be playing as well. Is there anything you'd add to Cepheid, Stacey?
No, other than it is literally, I believe, the powerhouse of this device. We have countless testimonies of just such amazing outcomes with using it, from something simple as like a headache or a sinus headache to people in the hospital with COVID and stuff like that. And so it is just a beautiful way to support friends and family and clients in a way that I've never even thought was possible.
Yeah, because it's from any distance. When someone's in the hospital, you can't get to them. You can send them frequencies, whether they're in a hospital in Hong Kong or down the street. And I find that offensively simple, but it's wonderful. I mean, you're going to hear a lot more about this technology in the coming years. I believe ultimately we're going to move towards free energy, but this is the type of energy field that we can utilize to help bring more balance to people. So how about the quick scan?
All right, so I'm taking you to the quick scan room. So quick scan has several different options. If you look on the picture of the device, it literally does, when we say quick scan, it literally does a quick scan. And so when you are in a hurry and you don't have a whole lot of time to do a full vitals or easy scan or different things like that, this is a real quick, like literally takes maybe 5 minutes. And so what it will do is it does a version of inner voice. So you do speak into it for 10 seconds, and then it does a very quick scan when you're using your transducer headset of your body, and it'll send you the frequencies that you need. And what it'll do is it will take from the inner voice the lowest octave, which is usually the most important. That's the emotional state that you are suppressing. And it will give you the 3-minute harmonics to listen to with your headphones. And so quick scan is very simple. You can do it 3 times a day. What it also includes, and I'll talk about that on the next slide, is you can actually pull from your supplement library. And so if you are a person who takes a million supplements and thinks you might be taking too many, this device is amazing for that. And so you can literally input all of your supplements and all of your therapies and all of your essential oils that you use. And then literally when you do that quick scan, and Easy Scan does it too, it will tell you what you resonate with, the top 6 that you resonate with. And what is so fascinating too is with me, I don't know much about homeopathy, but you can actually pull from the AO Scans library of homeopathics and their detox frequencies. And so what's interesting is I have several of my supplements in there, but every single time I scan myself, it's always giving me homeopathics that I need. And so you can literally then imprint those homeopathic frequencies into your water or sugar pellets or something like that, and you can take it right then and there. It is fabulous. It will also, you can also input therapies. And so you can put, somebody told me one time they put bath in there, and they put yoga in there, and acupuncture and different things like that. And so it will know the frequency of that word. It will know if your body needs that or resonates with that right then and there. It is amazing. And if you're like me, I used to work at a holistic wellness center where we had literally like a whole room of supplements. I had myself convinced I needed to take everything. I was like, oh, I need that, and I need that, and I need that. And then I was taking like literally 20 to 30 supplements a day. And my body doesn't need all of that. And my liver can't handle all that. And so it's just so beautiful to be able to have this tool that tells you what you need right then and there. Quick scan will also, in the quick scan section, it will also do, under the energetic auras, it'll do a shield, an energetic shield, and an energetic clearing. That is amazing to use all the time. And then what I love are these 3-minute boosts. And so down at the bottom, if you see those, there's the supercharger, the focus, the zen, the grounding, and the neuro aerobics. And those are actually 3-minute boosts that you listen to with your earbuds or headphones. And the supercharger is like, you know, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you're wanting to drink coffee or something like that. That is amazing to kind of get you up and get you going. The other ones are pretty self-explanatory, but the neuroaerobics, okay, is like literally gymnastics for the brain. It literally gets all your neurons firing. And so that one is just an amazing one to do regularly. And especially if you or your family member or something like that have some neurological stuff going on, that's really getting the brain like firing on all cylinders. So it is just fabulous, all these cool little things that even just the quick scan does.
There we go. Now I'm unmuted. Yeah, thank you for introducing us to that, because it is quite cool. I thought I would just do a quick scan with my voice real quick. And it really does only take 10 seconds. And right now I have it allocated to, like we were talking, those frequencies. And then immediately it shows me the top supplements that I need. I don't know if y'all are able to see it, but it also, because I put it to my energetic cat group of things, I can now just take my water, put it on here and imprint, goodness, I can't pronounce all of these different words. There's a psychosis detox, there's a nux vomica. I don't know if you guys are familiar with homeopathics, but I'm still learning. Silicea. Yes, that's there too. Anyway, I just imprint it and drink the water and it's great. And then you can just listen to these balancing harmonics. Like right now it's set for evening, and then it gives like this really chill, beautiful music to listen to that's going to help, again, balance your brain. So this brings us to how much for everything that we've been showing you. And yes, there's more. We're attempting to keep it short. But it is $4.95 for this device. There's no sign up fee. And to become someone who is a quantum living advocate, who also helps others get started with this device, like you're seeing us do, this became very clear to me that if I could share this with others, number one, I want to see, my passion in general before this was to see people healed. I love seeing people empowered to, and especially putting their health in their hands. So when I saw what kind of opportunity was here, I'm like, absolutely, I'd like to be someone who shares and equips others. And currently it's only 50 cents to become a distributor or a quantum living advocate. And then it does have a monthly subscription of $149. And that doesn't include all of the upgrades. And it truly has, I had about a fifth of the device that it is now a year ago. So I cannot imagine where it's going to be a year from now. I really feel like we'll be in a Star Trek episode, like, because there's so much that, as what Lauren will even tell you, like, he's been surprised at how quickly the technology has learned what works well for people, and then they've been able to enhance, and they're going to keep adding to it. So buckle your seatbelt if you are new here, or if you are thinking about getting started. It is only going to get better and better. So with this, you like we started to mention, what could pair well with a frequency generating device, but something that holds frequencies really well. We have these INX bracelets, patches, foot insoles, different things. I even have a water stick where you can put it in and it helps to restructure your water. The component in there that you haven't seen before, because we're the only company that can distribute this outside of northern China. It's called Cybin, and this is part of an asteroid. It's very rare, obviously, it's just in China, but it holds a frequency up to a month and quite a bit longer, I believe. But beyond that, it does, that's what I was sharing with you, that literally improves the body. Like, it improves balance and strength. And that's why you will always see me wearing my Cybin. Like, I'm wearing two bracelets, And it's just helping to enhance the body overall. So I love that. And then we like to say nothing beats experience, because if you haven't experienced a scan for yourself, we want you to do that. Talk to the person who invited you.